Today we are building a mobile pedestal from Source Office Furnishings. The color of this pedestal is Newport Gray. It is one of their newer colors. We will be adding the casters and the handles. The rest of this pedestal basically comes built. Off to the side I have a box for garbage. Try and keep your area clear and make sure there isn't any screws or rocks on the floor, and you try and keep everything protected. On the bottom of this mobile pedestal there is a small wooden pallet. Just keeps everything safe and can go in the garbage. Recycle all the cardboard or try your best. In the bottom drawer there is all the hardware. It contains the casters, the handles, the screws, the file bar holders. Also in that package comes a pencil drawer holder and the file bar. So I'm taking the tape off the file bar. They add a little bit of tape just so it doesn't rip or damage, because the edges are a little bit rough, a little bit raw. So they add a little bit of tape just to keep everything else safe and unscratched. They give you a little baggie of screws, a little baggie of Phillips #2 screws, they're gold, and a bag of 4 casters. So when you're installing the casters, try and keep it in the corner, but without hitting the corner. So every time I put in a screw, I give it a little spin. If it hits the corner, I'll adjust it. Then I add the other screws. And I move on to the other casters and do the same thing. I'll put in one screw, I'll give it a spin. If it hits the side, I'll adjust it. If the casters keep hitting the side, then it will bind the pedestal and it will not roll on the floor very well. You can use a drill or you can use a screwdriver, whatever you have handy. Everything that we're doing today will be a #2 Phillips. The rest of this ped already comes built. The drawers are built, the top comes on. All you have to do is roll it out of the box or pick it up out of the box, cut it out of the box. I just roll it, I try not to cut or lift too much. Once you're all finished, you can throw on the handles. Give it a little test, make sure it's all rolling fine. If there's any rocks or screws, they will slow down the pedestal and possibly make it catch. So the handles, take 2 screws, 2 Phillips screws. Sometimes this is best to do with a screwdriver. A drill sometimes is a little bit too torquey and it makes it a little bit more difficult. The bottom drawer gets a file bar as well. You'll get 2 file holders with the file bar. You don't need to use those with your files if you have a certain type of file, because you can use legal or letter. If you're using, I believe, legal, then they're longer and letter is a little bit shorter. Vice versa, I'm not quite sure. Thank you very much, and that's all for today.